Now, I know we all love Pokemon, and it has to be one of the greatest games, right? We look forward to every new generation of Pokemon and the new Pokemon they release. I love finding brand new Pokemon in the grass with each new area. It really brings out the fun in being able to capture brand new teammates. Though it can be super fun to obtain new Pokemon in the grass, what about those common Pokemon that we literally see in almost every single water route and every time you fish something? Sometimes after seeing those Pokemon appear every minute of the waking day really frustrates, and it makes me want to throw my game out the window. Now, I know they have a really good reason for making these Pokemon appear so frequently. It's because they're great Pokemon, easy to obtain, and most of them evolve into powerhouses in the long run. But sometimes they just get so annoying, or I get sick and tired of seeing them. Today though, I'm going to be showing off these Pokemon even more at the top 5 easiest Pokemon to find. How I will be ranking these come from how often they appear within all 7 generations of Pokemon and how many places you can actually find them in. Just because one Pokemon appears a lot in a single game doesn't mean it is common in others. So I just want to make that clear. So with that understanding, let's get right into hearing some of these annoying cries and seeing the same Pokemon over and over and over again. As a kid, I remember playing through Gens 1 through 4 and hearing this giant meatball Rock's cry almost every step I took in a cave. Every blasted cave, there it was. Da-na! Da-na! Hearing that annoying cry frustrated me as a kid, and its Generation 1 sprite of it pointing made it seem like Geodude was trying to point me in the right direction. As a doo-doo-headed kid, I believed it, and I always somehow winded up getting lost in caves. Not just Geodude, but Graveler too. I remember seeing this even bigger meatball everywhere I went, more so in the later caves like Victory Road. I will say though, if you had a grass or water starter, Geodudes and Gravelers were your saving grace if you needed to grind your Pokemon. The amount of experience they give off is actually pretty decent, so I'm not gonna lie, they have actually saved me a few times in Nuzlocke playthroughs. They are okay, I guess, in-game, but just know that Golem is trade evolution, and if you don't have a friend or a second system, you may be stuck only using a Graveler. Pico was a cute concept for Mr. Briny, and I liked how you had to rescue it. Seeing this thing everywhere you go though, near the water, made Pico less cute, and it just made seeing its type everywhere annoying. Throughout most of the games, anywhere near water, you would find this bird in the grass, or if you're in Hoenn, it would be on every water route in the game. Its evolution is pretty much just as common as Wingull as well. Seeing its big toilet bill, maybe even more annoyed seeing it. I guess it's worth mentioning though that in Generation 7 it's actually a very viable Pokemon, so finding it in Alola is actually pretty beneficial, having the Drizzle ability. Something a little funny I want to throw out there too is back when I had my Ruby copy way back when, I did a solo Pelipper run and wound up beating the whole entire game with it. Yeah, I was a pretty crazy kid. But yeah, everywhere, water or near water, you will find a toilet bird and a baby toilet bird. Every cave, there's one. Now there's two. Now there's three. Now there's four, and holy frickin' heck, it's a frickin' horde. Zubat is in every single Pokemon game aside from Black and White, and is in literally every single cave. You thought Geodude appeared a lot? Think again. Everywhere, cave or dark place, Zubat or Golbat are there. And seeing and hearing that cry of Zubat every step I took aggravated me so much as a kid, and even to this day. I remember being stuck in Rock Tunnel as a kid and every encounter was a Zubat, plus at the same time, I didn't know repels existed, so I'm sure you understand my anger. To this day, I still get annoyed when a Zubat appears frequently, but at least now, I understand how powerful its final evolution of Crobat can be. It makes me appreciate Zubat a little bit more, but at the same time, it is still pretty annoying encountering a Zubat every few steps because of how high its encounter rate is. Just hearing that sound. Shut up. Oh, hey, Tentacle, what's up? Yeah, just let me just run away from you. Okay. Another one. Okay. Another one. Why? Ugh, why won't you just go away? Leave my screen. Just go. Scram. You are everywhere water in the Pokemon world, aside from maybe a few lakes and rivers, but in the ocean, in every single Pokemon game, aside from Generation 5 of course, there you are again, torturing the crud out of me. Just leave. Tentacle is everywhere in the ocean, every bloody encounter, there it is. This is the equivalence of Zubat in caves, but because water is a lot more frequent than caves in most of the Pokemon games, Tentacool is in second. Tentacruel is actually a pretty reliable Pokemon though, and despite it being common, it can actually be useful on an in-game team and even in competitive. It's a rapid spinner and a pretty useful defensive Pokemon. So despite how annoying it is actually pretty good. Although sometimes I do want to kick it, kind of like how Nastina did in that one episode where Tentacool basically took over the towers. That's a bad episode. So I think number 1 is a little obvious. Yep, it's everywhere. Just use an old rod and boom. There it is. Every single water area in most of the Pokemon games, it's there. Rivers, ponds, ocean, brooks. It's there. Even in Gen 5 it snuck in. God, they even have a song dedicated to it, I think. This Pokemon is more famous than Pikachu at this point. They even have an episode in the anime where they eat it. This Pokemon is so common, it's probably dinner for people in the Pokemon world. Magikarp is so common, yet it evolves into this monster, and Mega evolves into this monster. It's actually really powerful, so I mean, Magikarp may be dinner to some, but its evolved form? Yeah, you might want to get the hell out of the way. Well, that pretty much wraps up the top 5 most common Pokemon to find. Though all these Pokemon are found quite frequently around the Pokemon globe, some can turn into monsters when they evolve. Being common isn't necessarily a bad thing, despite how irritating their cries and appearances may be. What do you guys think though? Did I miss any common Pokemon? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you want to support me further, consider following my Twitch where I stream a lot of Nintendo content such as Pokemon, Zelda, Fire Emblem, Mario, Splatoon, and even Dragon Ball FighterZ from time to time. Want to support me further and gain cool perks? Check out my Patreon. Kephius and Fly Jubilee did, and I wanted to thank them personally for going above and beyond. It means the world to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for some more awesome Pokemon content.